According to the National Golf Foundation in 2012, over 29 million people played golf around the world. And of those 29 million golfers, nearly 500 million rounds of golf were played that year, which equates to over 8 billion tee shots off the tee with the driver. Now, a lot of things that people struggle with is slicing the ball off the tee or not being able to drive it straight down the fairway, which can lead to higher scores in their round. So I want to show you guys some tips and fundamentals with your approach to the ball, your stance, and your swing, and some drills that can help you take away your slice or hook. When approaching the ball, your feet need to be a little bit wider than your hips so you can have a good sturdy foundation for when you're swinging one of the biggest clubs in your bag. Your feet also need to be a little bit open so when you're swinging you have free rotation of your hips and your legs, which gives you power in your tee shot. Another thing you want to focus on is that your feet, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders are all in line so you have good balance when swinging the shot. You also, when you're going to grip the club, you only want to be able to see at least no more than 2 or 3 knuckles on your left hand. If you see more than that, you're probably going to hook the ball, and if you see less than that, you're probably going to slice the ball. So you want to have a good grip on the club. You also don't want to grip the club too tight, because if you grip it too tight, then your club isn't going to swing freely. You also, if you want to go ahead and step on back here, when you're gripping the club, your shoulders want to be in line with your target. If you want to go ahead and stand right there. Your shoulders want to be in line with your target. So if you see, if I bring my hand on top of the club, my shoulders are now facing towards the left. You're not going to hit it straight on the fairway. You want to try to bring your hand down under the club, and if you can see, you also want to bring your right shoulder down a little bit. Your right shoulder wants to be below your left shoulder, and you want to bend at the waist, not like this or anything. You want to be balanced, and you want to keep your shoulders in line with your target, and you want to bring your hand under the club. If you want to go ahead and stand over here again. An important thing now when you start your swing is you want to bring the club low and slow back. This will create control and it'll keep the club in the low plane that you want it to be in. When you're bringing it back, you want to focus on bringing it low and slow, not picking it up right away or trying to be all fast and hit it as hard as you can. That's not going to help you hit the ball straight. So you want to bring it back low and slow. And a drill that you can do if you have a golf glove is you can put a card, if you want to come up here and I'll show you. You want to put this card in your glove. This will help you take away your slice too. You want to keep the ball in the correct plane. So if you want to stand right here in front of me, when you're bringing this club back, you don't want this card to hit your arm. You want to keep your wrist bent in a certain way. So when you're bringing it back, this club should never do this. This card should never hit your forearm. You don't want to snap it. When you bring it back, you want it to stay in the air. And you want this club to be in what's called a close to square position. You don't want it to be turned over. You don't want it to be like this or down. You want it to be parallel with the ground with the club face closed towards you. Some other drills that you can do to get more power and rotation is set a club perpendicular to your body and hold the club like this. When you're golfing and hitting your tee shot, you should be turning more than 90 degrees to this club on the ground. You want to get that free rotation in your hips to add more power. It also helps get the ball straight. And also, when you're hitting your tee shot and you're coming down, you don't want to just use your arms. Your arms aren't going to make you hit the ball straight or far. It's all in your hips. So you want to create some lag. That'll give you more power. So a drill is to use a hanger. If you want to come a little bit closer, you'll be able to see this drop in my arm. You want to hold it up, and if you see when I bring the club back in the square to close position, this hanger, the hook, is on my forearm, which is where it should be. On my forearm, and to create lag, you want to drop this. You see it'll drop, you want to lead with your hands. You want to come down, and that'll create some wrist snap when you follow through, which will give you some more power. Another drill that you can do to make sure that you're not slicing the ball or hooking it is place 2 tees here on each side of your golf ball. If you want to go ahead and show that. If you hit the ball, and if you're slicing it, you're gonna hit, your divot is gonna be off to the right, and this tee is gonna fly off. Or if you're hooking it, this left tee is gonna fly off. So you want to try to make sure that these tees are undisturbed and that you're hitting straight through the ball. Another drill to prevent your slice is place a little box or something on a floor right here. And the thing that creates spin where you hook the ball is if you're hitting the ball from outside in, the ball is going to hook off to the right and it's going to spin to the right. So when you're hitting it, you want to try to hit it from the inside and snap your wrist, and the box should turn left. And that'll mean that you're getting the correct spin on the ball to hit it straight. So now I'm going to show you guys what this looks like if you want to go ahead and stand behind here. Like I said, you want to have a wide stance. You want to bring your hand under. You want your shoulders to be parallel with your target. When you're swinging, you want to bring it back low and slow, and you want to make sure that the club face is in the right position. And that's how you hit a straight golf shot. Thanks.